Hey, I'm Will and I run the YouTube channel WH Creations. So if you ever watched one of my videos, you'll know that I'm pretty much do anything and everything. I work with wood, metal, resin, anything at all. So at the moment, I'm working a lot with oak barrels. Now I love these things, they're absolutely universal. You can make them into planters, you can make them into furniture. I've even made a couple of benches, like outdoor benches, and they're perfect if you're into your gardening, or even to sit at the bottom of your bed to replace like an ottoman or anything like that. And my latest woodworking project is this, my new wood store. Now I built it because I wanted to get all the wood out of my workshop because space is a premium. So it's out of there, into here, and the clever thing about this wood store is, the roof lifts up. I currently have to prop it up with a piece of wood, but hopefully that will change over the next couple of months. And if I open up the doors, you'll see that I'm currently housing all of my oak barrel staves. Currently about 3 or 4 barrels in there at the moment, and because it's a little bit wet in the UK at the moment, so in there it's nice and dry, and hopefully they'll dry out enough that I can start using them for furniture projects. So while this wood store did have its challenges, the most challenging build to date has to be the workshop itself. Come in, I'll show you. So when we moved into this house, we had a small concrete prefab shed. It was small, it was damp, it was horrible, and it had to go. So in its place, I designed this. The walls are all made of 4x2s, and that in itself had its struggles. I mean, this whole wall was one piece. It was so heavy. And because I was on my own, I had to work out some way to lift it. So what I did was use a long 4x2, which was a spare piece that I had laying around, screwed it onto the top piece, and then levered it up into place, using that 4x2 as a foot until I screwed it all the way down into the foundations. Now the downside of having a workshop this size is dust. Now I'm not the only one. Everyone in the country has to suffer with dust. And thankfully, over the last couple of months, I've actually installed this dust collection system. I've got hoses all around the workshop, and each of the bigger tools has their own dedicated dust hose. So CNCs have got readily available in the UK, and I think it's a must for any woodworker. I absolutely love it. I mean, I wish I had a bigger one, but my space doesn't allow me to at the moment. So this is my CNC. It's approximately 40 by 30, and I've got a dedicated PC tower, and I built this box around it just to keep all the dust and the dirt and anything that's in the air out of the PC. And the pride and joy in my workshop has to be what's in this cupboard. Oh yes. Now as a woodworker, I love working with hand tools, and these used to be my granddad's, so it makes it even more special to know that what I'm using, he used like literally about 50 years ago. And my most favourite tool has to be this little router plane. I picked it up from a car boot sale a couple of years ago, and it was in a horrible state. Took it home and it turned out to be a restoration project, and it turned out really nicely, and it's become one of my most used tools in the workshop. But fortunately, I don't have to rely on my hand tools all the time. I do use power tools, and this has to be the heart of the workshop. It's my Evolution R255 SMS miter saw. Now this is a great all-rounded saw that I've used to make the greatest and best bike shed in the world, and also recently the new wood shed. I've recently changed the blade over to a general wood blade, and this helps more when I'm making finer furniture. Now woodworking's always been in my family, ever since my granddad working down the back of the garden in his workshop. He used to make Romany caravans, and my nan always used to tell me stories when he used to come in taking snippets of the curtains to make curtains for the caravans. My brother's always had tools, and when he moved to Australia, I moved out there for 3 months to live with him. He lived in the middle of the sticks, so there wasn't really much to do during the day. All I had on hand was woodworking magazines and tools, and I put them to good use making lots of furniture for his house. Since buying this house, however, I've really been able to hone my skills in woodworking, and I've been able to share my passion with you guys over on my YouTube channel. So you've seen my workshop and some of the tools that I use to make my projects. And now if you'd like to see me make a hardwood coffee table, click the link down below. And that's it from me. See you again soon.